Welcome to yet another edition of Sporty Monday, the show that informs, educates and calls out the policymakers in the sport realm. A jam-packed weekend from the county school games that are dogged by controversy. But is this the competition's second name? Kevin Otenga will unpack that bit for us. The show also details the roadmap to CHAN 2024, and we will be speaking to none other than the local organizing committee chairperson, Nicholas Musonye, in our quick fire segment. You don't want to miss that conversation. We also dissect Coach Benny McCarthy's squad as the Stars race to get in shape ahead of the biannual competition. Swila's shot pulls the trigger at Kogalo and why this need for order at Kenya's most decorated football club. Thank you for joining us. And welcome to Sporty Monday. My panelists, Ziti Jimoi, Jacob Isia, and Wakili Japheth Munyendo are all here. I'm your host, Isaac Swila Tijan. And to our question of the day, today we are asking you, do you believe Haramabee Stars have what it takes to win the upcoming CHAN 2024 tournament on home soil? Do you think Stars have what it takes to win the CHAN 2024 on home soil? We want to hear from you. 22422. You can text us your feedback. We are also on Facebook, where you can send your thoughts, as well as on X. You can X me at Isaac Swila, at CitizenTV Kenya, at Zita Jimoi. We will be sampling some of them. And as earlier promised, we will be speaking to Nicholas Musonye, who is the chairperson of the local organizing committee for the African Nation Championship, in our quick fire segment. And of course, Mr. Musonye is already in studio, so stay tuned for that conversation, which will be coming shortly. And of course, Mr. Nicholas Musonye will be talking to us here on Sporty Monday. And of course, to our top story, we delve into Haramabee Stars' preparations for the CHAN 2024 tournament. And to get us going, let's take a listen to what Coach Benny McCarthy had to say regarding his preparations. That up sound will be coming shortly, but Jacob, we can begin the show with Haramabee Stars' preparation for CHAN 2024. A huge squad, 30-man squad, he named. First of all, what are your thoughts with the preparations up to this point in time?
Well, I think it was a good squad because, again, you are picking from the locals. You remember a couple of coaches who have come before Benny have been talking about the quality of our league. I remember, for example, the former coach, immediate former coach, Engin Firat, was a critic of our league. He was saying that it's not quality. And so it's a big test for a coach who came just the other day, coming to pick a group of players. And I think he picked the best, available. Of course, Kenyans, we are always fond of coming up with our own lineups. But I think at this point of time, the best thing is to support him in what he has found to be the best. Then we wait and see what happens. I've been saying from beginning, because we got late a little bit in terms of other preparations, the focus was not so much on the team. And now we can see everything is ready, from infrastructure perspective and every other thing. And so the focus now shifts completely to the team. Am I optimistic whether this team is able to do much? I've always said that the best tournament for the so-called
local best players,
I mean, the small footballing nations in Africa against the so-called giants again, and I always say nowadays that gap is re-bridged, is this CHAN. Because you see, when we go to play Morocco, for example, in the World Cup qualifiers, in the AFCON itself, we will face the likes of Hakimi, the ZH of this world. In this one, they will not be there. So it is the local-based players of Kenya and those of Morocco. So I'm optimistic. With good preparations, with good support, it is possible. All we need to do now as Kenyans is to make sure that we support fully the project as it is.
We support fully Benny McCarthy's project, and let's take a listen to what Benny McCarthy had to say regarding squad selection and his preparations.
You can't please everyone, you know, and I'm not here to please people. I'm here to bring success to this country, and the players that we've selected is the players that we've seen, the players that I've had in camp, and they were just unfortunate when you go and play World Cup qualifiers, international players come, so you can't select everyone.
The team selection is purely at the discretion of the national coach and his technical bench. The Secretariat of the Federation, including myself, have absolutely no say in how the players are selected, and we want to keep it that way. There's complete separation of powers in that regard, and we give this technical bench all the leeway to choose the players.
That is Coach Benny McCarthy and FKF President Hussein Mohammed. You to contribute to this year?
Shortly, the only thing that I don't like with Benny, and I hope he's listening, because you see, Benny is comes from South Africa, an Anglophone, so we expect him to get it right when it comes to some of these language and semantics. So the idea of saying I'm not here to please, I don't think that is right. Because getting results and pleasing Kenyans is the same thing. You understand? If it came from a person maybe from a French country or from a francophone, we would understand. But for him from South Africa, I think there is the idea of pleasing. Of course, it's very difficult to get every Kenyan clapping for you. But I think pleasing Kenyans and results go hand in hand.
Wakili, I think the die is cast for Coach Benny. He's played some matches, AFCON and even build-up matches, but results have not really gone as expected. But now, Chan grants him actually the ultimate opportunity, probably to silence his critics. You've heard him say there, I'm not here to please people. But as he here says, Kenyans or football lovers want results, and Chan is that platform.
So when you do not want to please people, what do you want to do? You want to annoy them? That is the only thing which you're likely to do. Anyway, we do expect and pray for the best for Benny, because he has not been a national team coach. Now he has had the opportunity to serve at such a level which demands, and the scrutiny is upon him, it's out on him. He has had mixed results, a loss, a draw, and a win. And some stakeholders or commentators were saying the win was against a lowly ranked team. But we said it's okay and it's fine. So I've not had any murmurs of discontent in terms of support, as previously it has been experienced with other coaches. He has had utmost support, the backing of the federation and the government. So what I just expect is that he will be able to perform with the tools of trade that he has himself said, or the president has clarified, that there is no interference. So because there is no interference, and he's emphatic that these are the persons I now view to be competent enough to steer Kenya's campaign in our maiden Chan appearance. So I expect Benny to challenge the other participants, but we also have to look at who our opponents.
I was actually going to bring that point, and probably it's a tough-looking group. Morocco, by all standards, are giants in these parts of the continent. Actually, the first African team to reach World Cup semis, and probably Sia said this turning for locally based players, but also look at the quality of their league. It's up there. Look at the infrastructure. So basically, it's a very tough-looking group for the Stars. But as they say, that's on paper. On the pitch, do you think the Stars can hold the candle?
I think because, you know, Chan, it's all about the local players. And when you talk about Morocco, everyone will start looking at how Kim has been doing, how other players were playing in the Europe. But again, now it's a local players. And then we have Angola. Angola has been doing very well. We have DRC Congo. We have, again, Zambia. Zambia, again, they have a very good squad. So as we told Benny when he was being unveiled as the Haramabee Stars coach, like Kenyans, manzi hatunanga patience. We don't have patience. We want results. Easy. So selection of the squad, I'm not going to talk about that because we said that is what he wants and that is the team that he feels that is going to take us to the next level. And I'll tell you for free, we are in a very tough group. Angola, DRC Congo, Morocco, Zambia. We are not going to. Let's not gamble about with the squad. Let us not gamble with the group that we are in. So all the best to the Haramabee Stars. But again, we have a lot of work. We have a lot of. I know they have a build-up tournament that they're going to play in. I think it's in Tanzania or Zanzibar. Zanzibar or Tanzania. I hope that will help him to see how the squad will do, and maybe if he wants to inject other players, because other players have dropped out. You see, Osoro has gone. He's finishing his move to Zambia. Talk about the top scorer Shuma is in Zambia. Talk about again Omija, who has gone for trials. So he has to look again for other players to come and inject in the Haramabee Stars, in the squad, to help him in the CHAN. So for me, all the best to him as he makes the preparation and the arrangement to start CHAN, because we have like less than 2 weeks.
There's something that Zita has brought up, which is very important, about the players who are exiting just before the tournament, and critically so. These are the players who are supposed to be, leading the attack, and many coaches have also said, who have come here before, that we have had a scarcity of those very good strikers. Yeah. So the top scorer Moses Shuma has been mentioned and going to Power Dynamos Zambia. And then Osoro, the player who was the second best scorer in the just concluded season. So the best 2 strikers are out. And
Ogam is not fit.
I have a different interpretation in terms of the regulations, the last batch of regulations.
Right. Because
the law demands that if you're only eligible when you have a permanent contract or you have featured in the local league. So there's a possibility that these persons, the 2 that you've mentioned, they have been unveiled at Dynamos, but there is no ITC, there's no transfer.
The international certificate.
Yes. So, but this, the organizers keep on changing the regulations. So I'm yet to bump into the regulations of CHAN. So it may tilt. It may be tilted. But Sula, please allow me a minute to clarify on one thing.
Yeah, sure.
The issues of national selection, we have a law. Parliament has enacted a statute in Sports Act, in the name of Sports Act, that provides, Section 58 and the second schedule, provides that the national selection of Team Kenya and the personnel should be in a fair, transparent criteria. And it also demands that constitutions of sporting organizations do have on the sidelines the selection criteria or policy. So football is one of the few sports that has not been exempted by law, but stakeholders have just taken a low profile. But if you go to other sports, swimming, even athletics, people always litigate in matters selection. People come and flash out their statistics and say, look, this is what I hold in terms of record. Why are you not selecting me? And again, Section 46 of the Sports Act says that the running of a sporting organization should be open and transparent to the public. So if we are to start discussions as to selection, then it may not be very, very healthy. But I just call upon the handlers and again the collaborators of the coach maybe to cast their net wide, particularly when in lieu of Shuma and Osoro's absence, the duo can be replaced. Yes.
Absolutely. And later on we'll be crossing to Mombasa to speak to our very own Mark Mutuku, who has been following very closely matters Bandari FM. And of course, when he's ready, we'll be talking to him shortly. But you see, as we wait for Mark, let's shift gears to the school games, which actually gave us a lot of